Hey everyone, welcome to Paper Play Action. We're back with a slightly different cast this time. Andre could not make it. But this time we have Paul, as usual. Say hi, Paul, to the people.
Oh, hello.
And we also have Aaron.
Hello. My name is Aaron.
Friend of the podcast. But once again, we're back again, just to say what's up. And to pretty much start off our weeks this time. But we'll start off with Aaron. Just tell the people who you are, my guy.
Oh, my name is Aaron. Friend of Monty's for like ever. Known each other since like high school.
That's true.
I am currently in Costa Rica, so I'm kind of far away. So y'all have a how do I say this? How would it be, like, international podcast?
Yes. Actually, that's not a bad way of actually saying it, to be honest. It's not the worst. You had to add diversity. It's okay.
I'm actually like a couple thousand miles away.
That helps.
This is the international episode.
Exactly.
Comment and like if you enjoy
the powers
this, and
of
we'll do it again.
technology. I am talking with my friends. But yeah, you
Have
know,
allowed us to reach out
yeah.
across the world. Bring new people.
It's been a pretty good week though, if you're asking. Pretty solid. Just work, honestly. That's all I've been doing. So pretty happy about that because at least I got a job.
That's true, especially with everything that's going down nowadays. It's all good that at least some people got work. But we'll check out what each of us have discovered and stuff like that this week. What have you if you've seen anything or been playing anything?
Playing recently, I've been playing a lot of Valheim. Pretty recently, quite a good bit of it. Some with you.
That's fair.
But also
3 out of 3 people on this current podcast.
Paul's joined us. Paul's joined us too. What do you mean? I forgot about that.
Yeah, 3 out of 3.
Yeah, 3 out of 3 people play Valheim. I forgot that Paul joined us the other day. So many people joined our world and then like never came up again.
Yeah, I still gotta actually join you guys too, but eventually.
But that we've been playing from the same like studio. We've been playing Deep Rock Galactic a lot.
Now, Deep Rock has never been mentioned on here, so please tell us.
Okay,
tell
so
the audience
Deep
about
Rock is made by Coffee Stain Studios, which is the same people that made Valheim. It's a little bit older. Like I got it recently, like right after I bought Valheim, because it came up in like my recommended. And a friend of mine was like, "Hey, this looks kind of cool," and it was like a free weekend type thing. I think you played it with us, Amani, so you know it was like a free weekend type thing, and it was like 50% off. So I bought it with like a couple of friends of mine, and it's basically like think of like a mix of sci-fi and fantasy because you play as dwarves, and there's 4 people in a squad, and there are 4 character types. So you have your basic one is like your gunner, which is just dude with a big gun, big large gun. Think of him like T-Fortress 2, heavy from TF2, pretty much. And then you would have an engineer, which would be just engineer from TF2. He pops out turrets. He has a shotgun. He gets an SMG, I think, when he gets a second gun. You have a driller, which is just a dude with 2 big drills that just goes like mines through everything, and a scout, which is kind of like the more mobile one. And like it's pretty much it's 4-player. It's mission based, and you go to these like big ass asteroids, and you mine. And the whole point is like it gives you like a mission, like hey, mine 200 of this specific material, and this is a side mission you have to do, like kill these little flies or whatever. And unfortunately, these asteroids are populated by giant bugs. Like humongous spiders, you know. They're huge bug things. A lot of like flying ones. They like ones that shoot acid, some that shoot fucking ice.
Yeah.
You know, it's really crazy. And you pretty much try to get this material and survive. So it's a mixture of the really nice aspect of mining and, you know, crab like the material stuff. And then there's also like periods of, oh my god, there are 53 bugs on top of me, and I have not stopped firing in the last 15 seconds. I need a moment of respite, please. God help me.
I'm looking at it right now. Like I really like the visual style too. It's got like all the vertices out. And
the dwarves look really cool. You get a ton of hairstyles and like armor sets and all that stuff. I bought it with like the deluxe edition. It came with like some armor sets, which are kind of cool. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I just like the game. Check it out.
No, that's so good. It was super fun.
It is. It's a pretty fun game. It's pretty like there's a bunch of similar missions, but it's always just you need material to upgrade your guns, and then eventually like I just promoted my character, so you just keep having to level upgrade stuff. So I'm all the way back to level 1, so I have to work my way up again.
One of the things I still find funny about that is that Minecraft enthusiasts in front of the podcast,
yeah. The driller. I literally was like, I was talking about like all the different types of like dwarves that there are in the game, and I'm like, this guy's a driller, and he's like drilling, and I'm like, yeah, look, he's got these 2 cool like drills on his hands, and he's like, oh, I'm buying this game, and I'm like, okay,
it's over.
Let's go.
It's time to buy it now. And I'm like, it's still a free weekend. You don't have to. Nah, I'm buying it.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's really hectic, especially once you start like doing like the harder difficulties, and it definitely is great if you have all 4 types, like if you have all 4 of them at one time, because that way they all fill a specific gap. Like you can definitely do it by yourself or with just 2 people or with one of them missing or 2 of the same kind, but having all 4 of them, like having the engineer, he has this gun that shoots platforms. So if you like the gunner has this like zipline thing that you can make that goes really far, but you can't like. If you fall off, and fall damage is a thing, and you can die. So you get to an area where there's a bunch of minerals that you need. You're like, hey, shoot a platform below me. Thank you. Drop down. We're good. Blah blah blah. Get all the minerals and then get out of there. You help each other out. There's a lot of the only one that's maybe a solitary would be the scout, but even then it's like works great in a team. It's really fun like with some of your buddies. You just kind of dive in there and just rock and stone, brothers, rock and stone.
That is definitively what I've been hearing for like the past 2 to 3 weeks. It's rock and stone.
It's like the motto for the dwarves. It's just so great.
It's the motto for the dwarves, and it's easily become the motto for the squad itself. It's just rock and stone, rock and stone.
It's almost like in Zootopia whenever the wolves start to howl and they all just start howling like involuntarily. It's like one of us hears it and everyone else just starts chiming in. Yeah, shout out to Coffee Stain Studios though, because I didn't even know they were made by the same company, because I'd never heard of them until Valheim.
You were actually the one that pointed it out.
Yeah, I was like I watched the load up screen. I'm like, Coffee Stain Studios. Hold on, I've literally seen this entire like animation. They went open Valheim, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's crazy. Two games that I bought back to back. I didn't even realize it. I just bought them, and it was like, hey, they're both pretty good, and they're both, get this, under fucking 2 gigabytes. Oh my goodness, 2 games that are both pretty massive, have really good art styles, and play really well, and they're only like 2 gigabytes. Like,
oh my god.
Game changer.
Yeah, they're actually
game changer. Loki want to call out Call of Duty. Gotta get called out.
They're actually optimized. It's amazing. It's almost like optimization's a thing you can do.
Oh, I know.
Isn't COD like 200 gigs now?
No, it's 5. I wish it was 200 gigs, Paul. That was when it came out.
How much is it?
It's over 500 gigabytes. It's literally more.
Bro, on God,
it's an entire PlayStation 4. Sorry.
I swear, dude. All they're doing, it's not even that it's really that big. It's all the uncompressed like texture files and shit. And they're just like, oh, we'll take over the hard drive.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. I read that and like I have a 1 terabyte because I have the PS4 Pro. And I was like, I wasn't gonna do that. I was like, hell no, I'm not about to give half of my hard drive space to one single game. And I love Call of Duty. I really enjoy playing Modern Warfare. But one, there's not enough content coming out for it for me to be bothered to play it anymore as much. And as much as I enjoy it, it's just like maybe 10-15 minutes of my time. And I'm just like, I'm good. Because I'm not too big into Warzone.
Yeah.
Warzone is definitely the thing that's taking over.
Yeah, it's not even that too. It's just like, hey, here's the battle pass. 90% of the things you've unlocked are now for Black Ops,
Warzone
or Black Ops. You can't even use them in actual multiplayer.
Oh yeah, my bad.
And I'm like, but what if I like playing like Search and Destroy? They just have to say fuck it and deal with the same guns we've had forever. It took them forever to finally add guns. Like they added the AS Val very recently, like last year I think, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, and they introduced it, and it was the most broken gun they've ever added. It took over the meta. It was hilarious, bro. Like, Activision doesn't know how to do many things. They don't know how to balance very well, apparently, either.
Fun fact, though, because I found this out, Activision is known for doing really weird things as far as balancing goes. They will stealth balance something. They will stealth nerf something.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time.
Say that they nerf something and
not
never actually touch
never
it.
actually touch
say
it.
That it's
Yeah.
nerfed.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's definitely happened. They've stealth nerfed a bunch of. They did that in COD a lot in Modern Warfare. But yeah.
Just make it seem like it does.
But yeah.
They say it does less damage. And
But yeah, shout out to
believe
game
it does
companies
less
that actually
damage.
optimize their games. Shout out.
For
Coffee-
real.
Shout out to the real ones.
Coffee
who
Stain
care.
Studios. Like if anybody hasn't played Valheim, check it out. It's like open world. There's a lot to do. It's terrifying. If anybody's scared of the open ocean, I recommend you just get on a boat and keep going. Believe me, nothing bad will happen to
watched
you. Okay, I promise.
I watched a video of that and I was like, oh
yeah,
god.
we were.
A lot of screaming.
I hate the open ocean to begin with, so when we were on a little, me and Logan were on this crappy little raft. Logan's a friend of mine, we play Valheim together. We were just on this crappy little raft that went like 5 miles per hour, and we were like open ocean. I'm like, dear God, I hope there aren't sea monsters. Dear God, please don't let there be a sea monster, please. I'm begging you. And we didn't run into one, thank goodness, because I would have cried. But apparently, they were him and a friend of ours, Devon, were going. And they were on their way back, and they got attacked by a sea monster. So there was sea monsters confirmed, and I got so scared.
He's like, no.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's the one thing I didn't need it to be.
But like, you're a cool ass Viking going around, making a civilization. We've transitioned from the Paleolithic all the way to the Iron Age now, where we've got iron armor and stuff. So we've made it pretty far.
Damn.
Yeah. You make leaps.
The cool thing about that game is, the cool thing about that game is that your stats travel between worlds, though. So it's like it makes it super easy to do that in other people's stuff.
All the things you have on your individual person, like on your character specifically, and your character stats, if you make a whole new world, it transfers. So you keep your sword and your shield and everything, so it's pretty good. Only problem is if you lose it in that world and you go to a different world, you gotta go get that stuff because it's not there. You died.
So you left it behind.
Yeah.
Should have remembered that.
Yeah, but that's been gaming that, and then watch Snowpiercer. I don't know if anybody here watches Snowpiercer.
The show?
The show.
How is
Have you not watched it, Paul? I would have thought you would have watched it. You seem like you would.
I've been meaning
I actually
to
do
since it
recommend
first
it.
came
I
out.
actually do recommend it. I thought it was gonna go a very, PC path of Snowpiercer because I was like, dude, the original movie, and then if you it was brutal. It's a brutal movie. It's a great movie. But it's brutal, and I was like, I wonder how they're gonna do that with this, and they didn't shy away from the brutality. It's a different story, I will say that. But the main character is pretty cool. Like at this point, the main characters are separate. There's like a bunch of different ones, but like in the first season, it was very much just a one main character kind of thing. But it's definitely evolved in a very good way. The second season is pretty elaborate so far, and it's got Sean Bean in it. Yeah.
All right.
It's got Sean Bean in it.
I'm sold. If I wasn't sold already.
Season 2 has Sean Bean in it, just so you know.
I mean, this isn't even spoiler territory because I've not watched it, but I feel like he's going to die. This man always dies.
I mean, I don't want to... I mean, he always dies, that is true. But he's doing... So far in the show, he's done a terrific part in Season 2. Just, hands off to him, honestly.
All right, I'm going to have to check that out.
I do recommend it.
That's
I do recommend it. Watch both seasons, honestly. Like, they were pretty good.
I actually have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because I've been meaning
The
to
main
watch
character
the movie
looks like
itself
you,
for a long
Amani.
period of time.
Main character.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I saw the main character and I'm like, Amani!
Excuse me.
It's pretty great.
But
Got the dreads, bro. That's what was the dreads for me.
after that,
He also kind of talks like you. I'm not even gonna lie, Amani. It freaked me out when I first watched it. Like I was watching it and I'm like, yo, this guy reminds me of Amani so much on a personality level, like everything about him, and I'm like, damn, this is really weird.
Bro, have you watched real quick, this is a bit of a segue, but have you guys watched the what's a hair day, I think it is? It's like the African American father like makes his daughter or like fixes his daughter's hair up. I think the mom is dead.
Little animated,
Bro,
yeah,
I watched that and we have the book. I was like, bro, that's Amani's future. Not like the loss of the wife. No, God forbid,
no.
But I mean, just like the taking care of your daughter like that. If you have I was like, man, I know this guy. That's awesome. Like, you look just like that guy, man. I mean, granted, I don't know what it is. Like, you just I feel like we all see you in different media. Like, cause like as long as a person has like locks and is like relaxed, Like,
Oh,
I know that guy. You know, like,
it's not the only time. Even before I had my dreads, like Devon. Devon was one of the first people to point out. He was like, I think I saw you in a movie once. I'm like, I'm not in a movie, I swear. He was like, are you sure? And they looked, and it was like, it's not me, but I get why you say this. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. He'd have to tell me. But
I know what you're talking about because it was on the bus. It was on the bus in high school, and it's been so many years that I honestly don't remember, bro. It's been too long.
There's been a couple of those where it's just kind of like.
For me personally, it's just like things that remind me of people. I'm pretty visual, so I see something that reminds me of somebody, and I'm like, you know, it's like immediately my brain goes to it, and I can't unsee it. Once my brain visualizes it, that's it. Bam.
He's like, it's done. It's not going away. It's forever stuck.
Like, there was a girl that I met, and she was really pretty, but she looked so much like one of my cousins. And, like, I was like, no. No, why, brain? Why? Why did you have to ruin it for me? It's so sad.
But we'll go on to the next week. So, Paul, what's up?
How's your week, Paul?
What's happening?
All right, so besides earlier, which we don't need to talk about, I said I wouldn't bring it here, and it won't. I had like a couple things. So first off, I started Peaky Blinders. Have you guys ever watched that?
Yes, I've seen the first season. Very good show.
Gotcha,
Well, actually, I've seen a few episodes of the other ones, but yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Amani, you should
Good
check
choice.
that out. It's like
Very British. British.
it's very, very British. God, so fucking British, dude. They're called the Peaky Blinders because they put razor blades on their like peaky hats and they slice people's eyes with them. Yeah,
so,
it's very British.
You know those like not top hats, the bowler hats that people used to wear. They were like kind of those brims that they had were called blinders. So
those Peaky Blinder devils.
Peaky Blinder devils.
But I swear they've said that in like every episode at least 5 times. But so I started watching that show. I'm on episode 4 now, and what's it called? Yeah, it's a great show. Like it's about like it's a gang in 1919 England. They're called the Peaky Blinders, and the dude Tommy Shelby. He's essentially rising to power, right, over everybody in the turf, and it's like a really well put together, well shot show. Has great sound design, great everything, and the story is like so far it's a little slow. It's not bad slow, but it's like, you know what I mean. It's a little slow. It's not like crazy things happening, but you can tell like there's so much coming. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just I've been enjoying the hell out of it. Besides that, I decided to dive back into Skyrim. This is old news, I know, but I modded it, and I cleanly modded it and cleaned it up and got it working with 149 mods. So it, it's a brand new game. It's entirely like what I believe Skyrim should have been.
How many
Bethesda
mods
took
did
a
you
little bit
say?
more time. 149.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I got like 10 land mods, I think 12 quests, a bunch of like textures, quality of life,
that really
a
is
bunch
the
of stuff.
ultimate way to play Bethesda games.
Oh yeah, dude. But like, here's the thing: like, instead of going through and just putting stuff in there and be like, oh, it doesn't work, I like cleanly, like I used Elder Scrolls Z, I used Loot, I did everything to clean it up, bro. Everything works flawlessly. It's
I might
beautiful.
give it a shot.
Did you use like Nexus mods?
Yeah, I got Nexus
I
mods.
know I bounced super hard off of Skyrim.
No, like seriously, Monty,
Dude,
I have it set up
I
with
would recommend it too.
I have a third-person camera mod, so it's like I actually like standard have my camera set kind of like God of War and like all the newer games, and I have like a dodge roll and lock on, so like the game is already a little different. You know what I mean? And I got a combat overhaul, so it's faster and shit. So it's like it's so much better.
I might do
all
that.
of these.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna
be honest. I might. I mean, I don't have Skyrim on my PC. Is the thing. I'd have to get it for it. But
Yeah.
I did that with New Vegas for a bunch of mods. Like
Yeah.
Vegas. I did that with Nexus mods for a ton of stuff. And brother, oof, it changes the game.
Oh yeah. It's like I swear that like Bethesda does it on purpose. They're like, all right, we're gonna make a decent game.
Monty, did I not,
and we're gonna let the players
did I not
make it
say
better.
that earlier today? Did I not like say those exact same words earlier today? We were playing.
Hey,
Wow.
quote me if I'm wrong, but Cyberpunk plays a lot like a Bethesda game. I think halfway in there, they were like, they'll fix it with mods.
Except they can't.
Release it. But yeah, so I strongly recommend that if y'all do decide to play Skyrim and mod it, I will help you.
I'm honestly,
let me help you
like
because
Skyrim's not expensive because it's always it's still like really expensive.
Oh yeah, you can get the legendary edition on sale for like $10 or whatever.
But
I'll probably just go through and
yeah,
probably
I'd
do
be down.
Skyrim or
Because I played
one of the
Skyrim on
Fallouts.
my Xbox. That's when I played. I beat Skyrim like 7 times on like my Xbox 360.
Oh yeah.
And like it was fun.
Oh dude,
but
you gotta
it was,
get
like,
the
this
mods,
was, like,
bro.
It was so fun because that was it. You know, that was all you had at that point. And then once I got some better stuff and I went back to Skyrim, I'm like, damn, this is so fun, but.
Yeah, mods are like definitely changed the game, and it feels like I'm playing a different
Feels like you're
game.
playing a
It still has like the
completed
exploration.
version. I just like the combat system for Skyrim. Although it was fun, it was so annoyingly janky sometimes.
Yeah, no, you got to get mods for that. It makes it a lot better. But so the last part of my week was just I told you this last night. I kind of had like an awakening in myself, and I was like, I'm not gonna self-doubt myself anymore. I don't know, man. I woke up. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, and I was telling Amani about this last night, and Aaron, I hope this helps you. Hope this helps anybody that hears it. But it's kind of like, everybody looks to the stars, and they're like, oh, I want to be there. I want to be making millions. I want to do this, that, and the other. But then when they think about the here and now, they like get caught up in it and they don't do anything. But it's like the best thing to do, bro, just start with 10 minutes a day. It's literally like, you got to look at it kind of like you're a person and you're planting seeds. And then as your empire grows, your seeds, you're giving the food so they can grow. You're going through the Stone Age, building yourself up. Eventually, you've got to make the rocket ship and launch and get up there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that just starting with 10 fucking minutes a day is, that's for that. As long as you set the timer, throw that phone to the side or whatever, and you just go at it for that 10 minutes, like that will get you on the path. And man, figuring that out, waking up to that.
That's a really good message, but I think it applies to like everything, pretty much everything.
Nice.
Like,
oh, it does, yeah. It really does. It's very general. That's the thing.
It's very good. It's very safe. You have to do that.
Yeah.
You need to. You try to expand yourself.
Exactly.
The cops passing in the front of my house. Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But
yeah, that's my week.
I started jumping rope because I've been trying to lose weight, and
hey,
I get bored as hell.
There you go.
Exercise bores the fuck out of me. Like I've been trying to find like a boxing gym or a martial arts gym around here, but with COVID, everything is like hella locked down still. So unfortunately, like it's kind of difficult.
Jump rope.
But I've been doing like some just calisthenic work and just jumping rope because like it's really good for
if you
weight. So I do that for
want any routines.
I do for like 15 minutes a day, because I'm pretty out of shape. So I'm just getting my way there right now. But like
I feel that.
It's just a matter of getting there.
As long as you're doing something, you know what I mean? Like that's all that matters. And that's something I think a lot of people struggle with is like, they're like, I gotta be doing this, and this. I can't do it. And then they like don't do anything. You know what I mean? But then it's like if you would just increment it out and
it definitely helps
just
now
do little
because
things.
So much pent up energy because I'm working from home and like I'm home all day. So I'm sitting in a chair all day. And then when I get out of work, I'm like, I need to go like do something. I go like lay down for a minute because my head hurts. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do something because my whole body's like, dude, if you stand still, I'm gonna kill you. You need to like do something, please. So it helps.
Gotcha.
Definitely helps you feel better too. It's starting somewhere. You always gotta start somewhere. You can't like go into the gym after working out, like never having not working out for like 10 years, and just go lift like 50-pound weights. You'll kill yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta start.
You literally just gotta start. Even if you got to do like the quote unquote girl push-ups, there's nothing weak about it. If you got to do it on your knees, do as many as you can and keep pushing. It's
actually a fun fact. Knee push-ups they use like different parts of your body too, like depending on how you do it. So you have to be careful with that. But definitely you always have to start somewhere. So it's important to just kind of maintain it. It's hard to keep a routine up sometimes.
That's the hardest part, honestly, is the constantness of it, the consistency. We'll always be going for it every time.
It's like in video games, you fucking reach that stat and it stays there. It'd be great if that was real life. Like, I've reached 1000% fitness, baby. I don't have to worry about it for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, no. Real life, you gotta maintain it. It's not the way that works, man.
As far as my week goes,
you had a good week.
I have 3 things. Mine's is, well, first I'll start off with this. I've been reading this comic called Kill 6 Billion Demons.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty cool.
It sounds metal.
It's funny. It's honestly really funny. Because the deal with it is I got it as a gift a while back, and I got the second volume recently. Is the deal. I was given the second volume as a gift, and I read the first one, but it had been a while since I've read the first one, and I want to just go back and like, go back through it. So I'm right in the middle of the first one again. But what they got in this is really, really cool. It's a comic from Image Comics. You could probably pick it up. For those that don't know, like Image Comics is not exactly the indie one, but like we talk a lot of Marvel and DC. But there are other variants to comics that are out there. There's Valorant. There's also Image as well. Milestone is technically a part of DC, but it's not. It's something that you also have to keep in mind. That's actually where Static Shock and Icon and all of those characters are. They're in Milestone Comics, not DC.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're separately owned. That's why there's such an issue sometimes when trying to get Static into stuff. Because DC is very much aware that like people love Static Shock. They're like, yo, get that man into things. And DC's kind of like, we could if we own Static.
They're like Sony.
Technically,
or,
like the deal is
the other companies like Sony,
with Sony
movies and shit.
I'm looking at a bunch of
Spider-Man.
artwork. Looks really interesting.
But the deal with Kill 6 Billion Demons is what I was talking about. What was funny is that it initially starts off with this very awkward. It's very awkward. It's literally this girl who's trying to have sex. Actually, that's what she starts off. She's a virgin. She's never done it before. She's with her boyfriend, and she's like trying to go through the awkwardness of doing that for the first time, and her boyfriend's head just gets cut off. Oh no, a demon shows up.
Oh.
Takes her boyfriend, my mistake, and that demon's head gets cut off after it jams a key in her head.
Oh wow.
Okay, naturally.
And it's like that's just how we start, and it has this entire trippy. You would love this role. It has this trippy like panel to panel thing of her going through it, like it puts the key in her head, and like you see like her skin, and then her skeleton, and then like her muscle, and like, her soul. Like it just goes through the whole thing of like how it just goes.
Oh, wow.
It's like it's a really.
They have biblically accurate
really like
angels.
Yes, that was the thing. They have biblically accurate angels.
Oh, thank God.
It's probably one of the coolest things about those because the deal is that.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these. They have everything. They have the seraphim. They have archangels.
Yep.
They have...
The way the angels work in this series is that like they are these ghost-like beings, but humans made armors for them a long time ago. So what they do is they slither themselves into these armors or these like vessels, and they pilot them.
Is that a ninja? That looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking literally what you're describing. I'm looking at a picture of right now. We are the spirits of
really
cold,
cool
smokeless white fire. Our home, the void outside creation. Wow.
I'm trying to
I like
find
this
it
artwork.
online legally.
It gives me Hellboy vibes. Like the Hellboy comic, you know, it gives me like those kind of vibes. Wow, that looks pretty cool.
Excuse me.
She gets this key, and the idea with it is that the key is just this. It's a crown essentially. It's one of the things that the way the lore is in this story, based on how how it's being told in the first book, is actually super good. Because it's just zooming through all this stuff of like. They actually talk about God and how like God at one point like existed and then doesn't exist anymore at the same time, and he disappears or it disappears and decides to split itself into two and has this duality thing going on because it was like originally it's the idea of like God gets depressed, so it's there, it exists, and then realizes it has all these stories to tell and no one to tell it to. So it splits itself into two beings, which is I believe it's Is and is the deal with them. And initially when they first meet each other, they fight for 7 years, and then once again have sex for like 7 hours as reverse. And by doing so, they create like these. There's a total of I think 777 like universes.
This is like very biblically inspired. It's got some really weird.
It's super cool.
It's so weird. 777.
Like, a lot of it is really.
It's like the weird number of God thing instead of like 666 for the number of the beast.
And the deal is like this key is important because of the fact that like you could use it. It's tech. All these keys are given. It's like the right to a universe. So, for instance, humanity, for instance, is locked away from this. Specifically, the human gate that we know is locked away. Hold up, give me a second. I'm gonna have to put this on. Pause for a moment. I don't know what's happening.
Should we pause recording?
Nah.
Okay.
Sometimes we have good reactions that he can edit it.
Paul, check out my screen real quick.
Let me click on watch stream.
Look at this.
Oh fuck! You full screen that? Oh ho ho! What is
That's
that?
from what Amani's talking about. The kill 6 billion demons.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was looking through the artwork.
Yeah, I got it pulled up right now. I found it on a legal website, we'll say, and started reading it. It literally opens with them having sex.
I was looking through the artwork here. That looks really cool.
I love the art style, man.
It gives me like really weird like Doom vibes. Oh, but my favorite thing about it is for some reason they feel like the need to clip like this. Like this guy.
Understandable.
I'm gonna make
for a
this
fact
my
he's the
profile picture
strongest
on
one.
Facebook.
There you go, man.
What a
Let's see.
Thank you for providing me this
I'll
link to
edit
the
that out
perfectly
later.
legal site. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No worries, man. Turn off your stream. Oh wait, no, we're not recording our screens. Never mind.
But,
Yeah, Monty, I like this thing that's at their bed. That is the coolest looking fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that's one of the actual things that shows up, and it gets its head cut off like immediately, along with this legion of demons. Just
Oh
flying
shit!
through.
Okay, where's my ad block? Where the hell's my ad block?
And it's not all demons. So I will say this: like it is like one of the first things she meets in this world that is an ally to her is this being known as White.
Yo! Sorry. She just had the thing shoved in her head.
Yep. It's this being known as
Oh, that was
White
cool.
Chain, and
Why is there so much hentai?
it's an angel.
Why so much?
or he's an angel. I should say he's an
Why is
angel
it
because he actually gets upset when people refer to it
Okay.
as a girl, which apparently everybody mistakes.
So people think he's a demon?
People think he's a girl. Like
Oh.
it's an angel. Like it's clearly an
we
angel,
have a
but everyone
femboy
thinks it's
among
a
us.
girl.
Okay. He's a femboy angel? Okay. I gotta tell Javi about this. He'll fucking come. Oh, dude, if I have ad
this
block, it
one's-
doesn't show me. I'm gonna fucking commit suicide, bro.
No, it should. I'm using the
Which
same
one are you
thing. I
using?
got
Which
ad
ad
block
block are
on.
you using?
But it's all about
Using ad guard or using the ad block? Which one?
Just ad block.
But it's all about how they, like, it's very quickly that they figure out like
Ad block
that she
plus.
was given this key, and they're like, okay, here's the deal:
The fuck?
you have this key, and everyone and their mom are gonna want it now, and you're in the one place where you shouldn't be, because the deal is she was supposed to have it, and it was kind of supposed to hide it, to be hiding it away in a universe that people couldn't get to, is the deal, because humanity is locked away, like, and those keys can open doors to different realities. And when you get one, you basically get that reality. Like that reality is yours. The sad part is that she gets taken over to this world, and technically, it's not hell. Where they're at is actually heaven, but heaven's been overrun because God hasn't been around for a while. Like it actually, like he left, he dipped out, and so you had all of these other things that came like rushing in, trying to kind of claim this power in a way. It's really interesting. Like one of the things is that like the cities that they are on are the bodies of old quote unquote gods, and that like the idea is that each individual world has a creator. So we have a god, but then there's like a one above all that used to exist. He's like, but this all takes place in heaven, but like demons and angels and other pieces of humanity, like there are other races from other universes and other worlds that are here as well, that are just like mixing in this super pot. And the first issue itself goes over like a ton. Like it has, when I say you would enjoy like the lore of this fall, Like you would enjoy like the lore of how they discuss these ideas specifically.
Yeah.
The first issue inherently talks about it. And one of the things that you love, I know you love these, they do these really nice double page spreads that just shows you the world or a place so you can get it into your mind. So one of them, I know they showed like the entire realm itself and like each place you might be going to during this journey. They do another one where they show this place called like Hell 71, which is it's a body. I want you to keep this in mind. This is the corpse of a dead god that is being used as
awesome.
housing, and it is a small indent. Think of the buildings from Judge Dredd, but it's a body.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's like a mega city, but it's a body. It's a god body,
full of demons,
filled with demons and angels. Demons, angels, and other various types. And then for a while, she's really confused because she's like the only human. But it's very clear that there is more than just her. And this one's like just a super cool one, though.
I could see why people think this one angel is a woman.
Yeah, it just bounces back and forth, and
very feminine
not really
looking.
Clear, yeah. It just gets angry. It's just like, stop, please stop calling.
That's also like what's it? Y'all ever watch Devilman Crybaby?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the angels in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that it, like, the case in point is that their bodies are like the angels in this specifically. Their bodies are just straight up armors. Like it's a show. It's a show. Like the angels still exist.
Yeah, like the angel's just the smoke inside. It's just like.
Heck yeah, man.
I like the design of the armor.
But
I've
it's
been looking at some art here. I'm probably gonna check out this comic, honestly.
Oh yeah.
It gives me. I mean, it gives me like really like the art style is just really nice. Overall.
But kill 6 billion demons. That's a dope one. Next up is actually ReZero.
Oh yeah.
Interesting because
yeah, we watched the first episode.
We were just going over it, and ReZero is just for those that don't know, this anime that is both on Crunchyroll, everything, and what it happens is, the best way to describe it, we just went over like the first episode, so we'll go through that, I guess, is it's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, it's Groundhog's Day in a fantasy world, essentially. This kid is an otaku, essentially, super into this specific type of anime, into this genre. And he's got this whole idea of him. He's like, oh, where are my powers? I gotta be super OP at something, right? Like, I've gotta be good. Like, I gotta have this cool ability. Where's the goddess that summoned me? Some hot goddess. He's just looking for her.
He's looking for any possible way. He's like, yeah, I have to have something. I came to this random world out of nowhere. And then as it continues, you find out that, like, oh, this world's not as great as it seems, and you can definitely die pretty easily, and he does
several times.
And then suddenly he wakes up back in Times Square, where he was at the beginning of his journey, and it's like, huh, okay.
Yeah, he
What
dies,
just happened?
and he wakes up, and he's like, what's going on? Like, what just happened? And he doesn't get it, obviously.
Yeah, he has a full moment where he's just like, it's not clicking. Was that a dream?
Do not comprehend. Which is fair.
But as the series goes on, which won't be spoilers for you, because I know we have to watch it ourselves.
No, we gotta keep
But
watching it.
I'm way further ahead.
Yeah.
But it takes that concept and it keeps going. So every arc is like a puzzle involving this kind of thing.
Okay.
So the first episode starts off with like them, or at least ends with them walking into this place, and they've been talking about going to it like the whole episode. When they get there, and it's dark, they can't see anything, and Subaru finds a dead body. He finds two dead bodies.
People. A woman, like I think.
And he's like,
big giant dude is dead too.
Big giant guy.
Big. It's like this humongous, almost like caricaturely big guy, just humongously huge, and he's just dead.
And he's immediately like, whoa, what's happening here? Turns around, gets murked. You don't even know what killed him, you just know someone killed him.
Dead, bang, dead. Just drops.
Just
and then sees the just it's just like this is not. You don't even know. You just darkness. It's like, oh, okay.
then darkness. It's like, oof.
Dang.
And it's not even till like the second go around that we even get to figure out what killed him. By the time he comes back around, he's like, okay, cool. We still don't know what did it, but it's this idea of like every arc has this kind of feeling where it's just like, all right, time to start figuring things out. And from the moment you get that reset on it, when he like pops back into a body again, or like right back in time, it's like, okay, the clock starts now. Time to figure out what just happened and how we can move forward from here.
It's like, I mean, there's so many anime that take this like idea and like they go with it. Like Live Die Repeat's another one that did that. It was, I mean, they made a movie of it, which was actually pretty good with Tom Cruise. I know if I Live Die Repeat because that's when I saw it. I didn't realize that they'd released it prior to under a different name. It just did so bad that they really released it under a different name. I was like, wow.
They re-released it as the subtitle for the movie. Like the idea is like the tagline.
Yeah.
Because I think it was.
What was it? Edge of Tomorrow, and then it was Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Like Edge of Tomorrow.
And before that, it's All You Need Is Kill.
Live, Die, Repeat did. I never.
And what makes it worse? Here's what makes it worse. Because I got you. The original story. That thing is based on an
it's a manga
called All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah, All You Need Is Kill.
And apparently that wasn't good
Bro,
enough. So
when I looked it up and I saw that the name was All You Need Is Kill, I'm like, why didn't they freaking name it that, man? Like, I would have watched that. All You Need Is Kill, like Tom Cruise, like, come on. And like the idea behind it was so cool. Like Groundhog Day is already one of like the greatest movies I've ever watched. It was one of the funniest things I've ever watched.
Did do a good job.
And then they're like, let's make it into an action movie.
Exactly.
And they also did a really good job of representing it. So I mean, this anime does it too.
If you like that concept, that is what ReZero is. But taken to the nth degree because
it's like a series of events, all of them different things.
Multiple things happening as it goes.
We definitely need to continue watching that.
Oh, we will.
For sure.
We have to finish the first arc. But I'm almost caught up again. I fell behind like a little bit, but not because of anything. I'm on like I think it's season 3.
Jeez, how many seasons are there?
I think it's 2.
Okay.
I think it's officially 2. The seasons are long, is the deal.
Okay,
I think I'm on season 2, because it just goes.
I'm okay with a long anime. They're always super short.
And considering what like the subject matter is, which is like, oh yeah, you gotta just rewind time and do it again.
You gotta remember everything.
Like,
that's something with anime that like people don't seem to understand when they're like, oh my god, it's 900 episodes. 3 of those episodes equals 1 American TV episode of like, well,
they're super like they're
2.5,
like 20 minutes long, you know, something like that. And it's like, man, I could have used a little more content. Was it fun? Yeah, it was great.
Well, it's like what, a minute and a half for the end, minute and a half for the intro, and you get that weird like little like halfway point that's 30 seconds. Yeah. So it's always 3 minutes 30 seconds of your 24-minute episode.
Think of it like the shows that are like on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. They're like 20 minutes long. It's something like that.
Actually, like the format now, I think for Nickelodeon Cartoon are like 11-minute episodes anyway, and it just so happens that like they just get 2 episodes essentially that are 11 minutes long and they just slot them in next to each other.
Why don't just make one 22-minute episode?
Because it's always different. It's always
it's just very short arcs. Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have not watched anything on Nickelodeon in so long. I mean, literally a little over 4 years. But yeah, like I haven't even bothered to look what's on Nickelodeon or the Cartoon Network really. Maybe Adult Swim.
But the last thing on my week is this manga called ZeroSpyXFamily, which I doubt any of you guys have seen it. But honestly, this one's interesting because
what's it called again?
If you like, it's called ZeroSpyXFamily or Spy Cross Family because technically that would be the Japanese title for it. So it's Spy Cross Family. But it's okay. This is probably one of the more cuter ones. But if you like espionage and the idea of anything could kind of get figured out, this is kind of a really interesting story.
I'm looking at the characters, like all the pictures, and it looks so weird.
What was the name of the last one?
ZeroSpyXFamily. Oh, the last one before? It's ReZero.
Oh, no. ZeroSpyXFamily, gotcha.
Okay. ZeroSpyXFamily, though, this one's interesting, because... All right, so we got the world's greatest spy, one of the world's greatest spies, has to now go undercover as a family man. That's the deal. He has to do this. He's like, okay,
Oh.
cool. Go undercover as a family man, infiltrate this, prevent the war. Sounds easy for you, Mr. Greatest Spy. He was like, yeah, fair enough. So the deal is like, okay, that's fine. What do I have to do? He was like, well, chances are the guy you have to actually talk to is very, like, paranoid. It's not easy to get near him, and using your normal disguise, he'll catch on to it right away. So what we're proposing is you go through his family. And it's like, okay, makes sense. I don't have a family. It's like, well, we'll figure that out. But first, we gotta get you a kid so you can enroll that kid into school, and we can get close that way. All your kid has to do is make friends with his kids, and you're in. And it's like, okay, easy enough. Let me go get a kid. This should have been simple. But he got a kid. It's a little weirdo kid. She's all cute little. She's a cute little girl. Gets her from an adoption agency. She's like, all right, cool. We adopted this child. Little did anybody know that this child is telepathic.
Jesus Christ.
So this little kid is type stupid, but she's telepathic and is able to read people's minds. So what she's experienced while being adopted is that if anybody finds this out, people act like she's weird, or at the very least, if she lets her telepathy come out too much, people think that she's a weird child and return her back to the agency. So
She's trying to keep it a secret.
Yeah, she's keeping it a secret from the spy guy, from her spy father. But she knows he's a spy because she can read his mind, and so she reads this and she's like, "That's so cool." I need to understand, and so she's trying to keep her telepathy a secret, while the dad is also going like, "Okay, I have to be a family man. Can't let the kid know I'm a spy." He's like, "That's a bad. Can't let the kid know I'm a spy." He's like, "Once everything's said and done, it will be good. It'll be Gucci." So the kid goes along with his plan, being like, hey, yes, I get a family. I get to leave this place, but I have to keep this under wraps so that no one thinks I'm weird. And then they get to the school, and they're like, oh, okay, so you have to kind of have a test, like a kind of a background test, essentially. And they have to provide, like, it's an elitist school. It's a dumb elitist school where it's like, you have to prove that this kid has a well-off well-being. And they're like, crap, okay, it'd be fine, we could do that, but coming from a broken household is something that's gonna turn them off. We need a wife. Yes, we need a wife. That's exactly how we do this. Music. So then the mission becomes, let's get a wife. We need a quote unquote wife. And they find one. She's an assassin. And they don't know that.
Bruh.
And as you can see, this is a running theme.
How do they manage to choose like the worst possible people?
That's how I feel about it. But it's great because everyone in the family is keeping something away from everyone else in some way. The only person that knows everything and does not care is the little girl, but she still is hiding something.
She's actively like, yeah, I'm gonna just.
So the wife is hiding the fact that she's an assassin because she's like, oh, I need a husband. I need to at least appear as if I have a normal family. It draws less attention to myself rather than being a single woman living on my own. Especially, which here's the thing I have to preference, which makes this even worse. The world that they live in is the equivalent of the Cold War specifically.
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
So
Okay.
everybody looking out for spies.
Yeah. Everybody's looking out for spies and assassins, literally.
So, yeah. So it's like if you get called out as like it has almost that no, it's still Cold War-esque. If you get called out for being a spy, there's barely a trial. You just get arrested on the spot, and then they interrogate you later. Is the deal. But considering that we are actually a spy and actually an assassin,
And
you don't want that to happen.
the child is a
You just
telekinetic.
don't.
Or a telepath, sorry.
Telepathic.
Stupid.
Yep. She was a she finds it super cool that her parents are both these things, but understands that neither of them could let the other know. So she's the only one in the middle that gets it. There's also like another thing that gets introduced later on, which slight minor spoilers, but this is fun to introduce as well, is the fact that They get a pet dog.
I saw the picture of the dog on the wiki. I was gonna ask
They
about
get
it.
the dog. The dog's really cool. The dog can see the future.
And this is in SpyXFamily?
Yo!
The dog can see the future. No one knows the dog can see the future.
Except for the kid.
No, the kid doesn't know because the kid can't read minds. I mean, the kid can't read the dog's mind.
Oh. Damn.
So no one knows that the dog can see the future. But the dog is like, hey, I'm going. Like, apparently, I have a life with these people. I want to protect them.
So I'm going to
from
become
their
a
own
secret
stupidity.
agent dog that can see the future.
Yes. I want to protect them from their own stupidity. Like, the dog will go out of its way to help them in ways that they just won't understand.
How did he know? How did the dog know?
But it's hilarious because, like, part of it is it's little Anya, the little girl, infiltrating the school and trying to keep up with this elitist school while having to deal with and trying to befriend like the target's child, essentially. Which is interesting because they have like this little like kid romance going on, because even though Anya is like, nah, like we know the deal. When you're like a little kid and you bully like someone, like a girl, there's a tendency, there's like a chance. If you were like a kid and you're bullying a girl, there's a chance you might like that girl. It's a chance. It's a thing that happens, and that's kind of the deal here. Is that the kid likes her but will never admit it. And Anya herself is just kind of like, I don't get it. I just know I gotta be cool with him so that Dad will be proud and I don't lose a family.
Jesus.
I was like, just try to be cool with him and then I don't lose a family. It's all good. So like she's the only one that actually gets the stakes. Surprisingly, like this little child is like, okay, Dad's a super spy. That means that the world rests on his shoulders right now, else we go into a war. I need to.
My mother is an assassin. But if people find out she's an assassin, they'll probably kill her and investigate my dad, and
and then the world is over too. So it's this constant thing, but it's hilarious because it's still comic. It's very comical.
Yeah.
So it's everyone's keeping their secrets and doing their best to keep their own secrets, but they're also like low-key terrible at it. Like their lives are the worst. So perfect example, wife is assassin, no one knows she's assassin, has a brother, her brother works for the military, specifically the agency that goes after spies.
Oh wow.
It's a net that keeps going out like that in this comical nature.
It just keeps expanding. It's like, oh no, oh no.
So it's like, okay, he's like, who is her brother after? I don't know. Maybe she's after the best spy in the world. Yeah, it makes sense. Does he not like Does he have a sister complex? Yes.
Oh,
Does that make things way more interesting because her brother has a sister complex? Absolutely, because he hates her husband by default.
Oh yes. Oh,
He's
perfect.
just looking for a reason.
He's looking for a reason to fuck this guy up. It's surprising he's managed to keep it under wraps. This is a good spy.
He's one of the best in the world. So that's the idea. It's hilarious because it just keeps expanding in that nature, just ongoing. Just going like,
You know the odds of finding that out? You're like, oh my fucking god, shit! This is like the worst. Why didn't we screen anybody? Why didn't we run any background screens, guys? What the fuck?
And it just keeps getting like that, and it's this constant comical effect of them always trying to keep whatever it is under wraps. Somehow they're managing it with the way their lives are, and their lives are stupid. Their lives are just dumb.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I might actually give that a read, honestly.
That's SpyXFamily. It's relatively new. Like, there's not that many.
Yeah.
I think it's like 50, 60 chapters.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, for manga, that's pretty easy to just run through.
Yeah, I mean, I can just do it. I can always read things on my breaks at work, so it helps.
Man, dude, sorry. I don't know what it is about streaming. Every time we go to do this, like, have you noticed my throat is like, now's the time. And just,
it does happen. It's like that sometimes.
it's every stream, dude.
Water. Get the fluids down your throat.
I got none on me. I don't want to leave.
It's 52. It's actually at 52 specific. So it comes out monthly is the deal. But the chapters are actually a little bit longer than most chapters. I say a little bit. Monthly chapters tend to be thicker.
Yeah.
But It's good. It's really good. I definitely would say go check that one out. So for me, that's Kill 6 Billion Demons, that's ReZero, and ZeroSpyXFamily. But I think that does it for our weeks. Now it's time for the news. So this is we're getting into the fun stuff. First up is apparently they are making a demon slaying K-pop movie that is being worked on by Sony Pictures.
Oh shit!
And I saw this and was like, "Bro, what?
Hold on.
Are we
Can
actually doing this?"
Can you do me a run through of that again? Demon slaying K-pop what?
It is a demon slaying K-pop movie. So from what I understand, and there it is in Discord.
Okay.
Koreaboo.com, bro. That says everything.
Alrighty, let's fucking get in
I
this.
saw that, was like, that's wild. It is about a K-pop
girl
group
group
that slays demons.
That sounds.
Bro, if the art looks like that,
Dude,
that's
this
okay.
art style looks dope as fuck, though.
That's
Excuse
what I'm
me.
saying. And I'm like, and this is how it's supposed to look.
Oh,
I'm like,
that
wow.
looks pretty damn cool, man.
Also, Aaron, read that Kill 6 Billion things. I've been reading it
I
a
know,
little
I have
bit
it
while
open
we're
right
going.
now. I've been like scrolling through it, and I'm
Bro.
like, oh my, it just keeps getting better and better.
Bro, the city that like they start in, it's like
Is there a video? Is there like a trailer for this? Is it
it just hurts.
It is just the article, from what I
Okay.
understand. There's no actual.
Are they gonna
PC.
use actual K-pop stars for this? Or are they gonna use?
I would hope so.
Because I
I
mean,
actually think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's animated.
I mean,
but I would
it's
like for
animated,
them-
but like, are they gonna use like? I mean, right now the biggest Korean like female group that I can think of right now is like probably Blackpink. I could argue, but there's only 3 of them, so it's not enough. So they probably choose like 3 really big stars if they're gonna do something, right? That's what I'd do personally.
I would hope so.
Because they already
It's
that's
directed
essentially
by
what they
Maggie
did with the
Chen
League. Have you
and
seen League of Legends? Any of the League of Legends like shorts or the music videos they do?
Oh yeah,
It's
they
very.
have some really.
They have
good
some
ones.
ridiculously good videos, bro. It's not even a joke.
It's kind of stupid how much they put in for
It's
this
ridiculously good. It's amazing, and this is giving me like kind of those. God, those eyes look really cool. That looks really.
Oh
interesting.
yeah,
This looks actually kind of cool. I mean, Sony Pictures. That's a step out, honestly, for them. I'd never expect Sony Pictures to do something like this, honestly. But
and it's by the people who worked on the Lego Ninjago movie and Wish Dragon.
okay.
Ever heard of those?
I've
Like,
heard
I
of
know-
the
I've
Lego
heard of
Ninjago
Lego
movie.
Ninjago.
I've watched that.
But Wish Dragon, I've never seen.
I've
I'm
never
like,
seen Wish
interesting.
Dragon.
Well, now I want to go check out Wish Dragon just to see.
Bro, I just kept scrolling down on Koreaboo. Now it's like showing BTS. They wear a lot of jeans and jean jackets.
Oh, I know.
Whole lot of denim.
I actually know what Wish Dragon is. I didn't watch it, but I know what Wish Dragon is now.
All right, let me see. I want to just see for myself too.
It's
Look
like
up Wish
the
Dragon.
Luck Dragons. Luck Dragons are so cool. I always think of Neverending Story.
Oh, there it is. It's a 2021 film.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is new.
okay.
I saw the trailer for this, and I was like, that looks
So
kind
this
of
is
cool.
not even. It's not even out yet, or is it actually out?
I don't think so. I saw some screenshots of it because I saw the dragon. I was like, oh, that looks cool. Wait, Jackie Chan? Pardon the fuck me? Excuse me?
That's what I'm saying. Wait a minute, I saw that too out of
Hold
nowhere.
on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. No. Yeah, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. Okay.
Wait,
he's
what
one of the
Jackie
He's one of the
producers on it, actually.
producers. Is he in the cast? Because if he played the dragon, I'd
In
honestly.
what, the K-pop
Jimmy,
thing?
oh, dude, Jimmy Yang is on it. Okay, Jimmy O Yang is
Jimmy
pretty
Yang.
cool. He's a pretty cool. He's a
John Cho.
John Cho.
Yeah,
Hey!
John Cho. I'm like, what?
Oh, dude, Will
Okay.
you? Oh, bro, it's my boy from Need for not Need for Speed, for fucking Fast and Furious. That is him,
So
right?
I might have to go
I'm
look at
stupid.
Wish
Oh no, that's not him.
Dragon.
That's motherfucking Takeshi. That's Takeshi Kovacs. I knew I recognized
yeah,
him
it
from
is
somewhere else.
literally it's Takeshi Kovacs.
Start Bobby Lee's in it
William
too.
Lee?
Okay. So
That's
Jackie
cool.
Chan's
Okay.
He's starting to produce. Respect
It's
Jackie
an all
Chan.
Asian cast.
Go
Yeah.
on. Don't
For
stop
real.
destroying your body, please. You've done enough. You've given us enough.
You don't have to keep doing
You've
this.
given us more than we could ever have hoped.
That man is a hero. Everyone respect
This
him.
is actually pretty cool. An entirely Chinese cast.
Jackie
honestly,
Chan,
love
baby.
it. Love it.
It's kind of dope.
The dragon looks
So
pretty
now
cool.
we know about Wish Dragon and apparently this. I need a name for this movie because demon slaying K-pop movie is just not good
Yeah.
enough. K-pop slaying, K-pop demon slaying.
Demon slaying K-pop stars.
Demon slaying K-pop stars.
Can't wait to hear the music they're blasting while they're fucking murdering these things. I'm hoping it's fucking brutal
That's-
too.
I both think it. I can't. I don't
But
know.
their clothes
So I
have to
would
stay
like it to
completely
be.
clean though. Like they can't even be dirty. Their hair is like perfect every single time you see them. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's always a great thing
No
about
matter what,
it's like
it's
the
always
Sailor
perfect.
Moon show and everything. They'd be fighting and stuff, and like they'd be getting smacked around, and their hair would look perfect like every single time.
He's like,
It's
not a hair out of
Not a
place,
hair out of
but you are
place.
getting
You're like,
bodied.
yes. When
He's
the
like,
hair got disheveled, that's when you knew shit was really hitting the fan because like, oh no,
He was like, oh no,
oh no.
the hair's out of place. Oh, this person's strong.
Alright.
Next up is honestly real quick, Genshin Impact.
Hey,
got a new update.
your addiction.
It's not
Genshin
my
Impact.
addiction. It's Leon's addiction.
Leon's addiction.
Or
It's our
Hobby's.
friend's Hobby's addiction.
It's definitely.
I'm
Hobby's
honestly worried
addiction.
about Hobby for a few days. I'm like, dude, you've been playing for like a day and a half straight, dog.
It's definitely Hobby's addiction. It's fine.
Invitation
He's
to-
enjoying himself. It's a good thing. But the deal is that it's having a Mondstadt event. So Venti's coming back, and much like, I guess the event that just passed not too long ago, you're getting a bunch of games and mini stuff that's happening throughout. So a bunch of ways to get Primo Gems. They're rerunning Venti, so I'm letting people know that if you didn't get Venti when he first came out, you can get him now. And they also got this new character, Rosaria, who I guess technically they were missing Sexy Nun from the equation of waifus in this game.
You can't.
So
Naturally.
Sexy
You can't
Nun,
have that. You know, you gotta have.
you
the
can't
sexy
not
nun,
have
man.
Sexy Nun. And she's Sexy Nun that looks like a vampire, so you know, even better.
Oh no.
Sexy fun.
Sexy fun.
Rosaria.
But
Damn.
yeah, they were missing
Fishnets.
Rosaria's dope. She's a high.
Every otaku's weakness.
He's like, not the nuns.
Not the nuns, no.
Not the fishnets and the nuns.
And she's a 4-star, so like no worries for those that are like, oh no, I just spent a bunch of money trying to get this character, or oh I don't have enough. It's like she'll be easy to get. Don't worry, she'll be back to you. Like
I
4
wanna see what
stars,
she
if I'm not
looks like.
mistaken,
Oh,
always
yes,
stay in
hello.
the game. They don't get switched out. 5 stars, on the other hand, do not. It's really weird. All right, so for this part, we're gonna just throw up a couple of them for this one because apparently Dragon Ball games are just out here being like, hey yo, we exist.
Oh, isn't Xenoverse getting an update?
Yep. Dragon Ball
Fighter
Z
Z.
Kakarot is getting an update.
Oh,
Dragon
they're
Ball
making
Xenoverse
Gogeta.
2 is getting an update. And yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters.
For what, Dragon Ball Fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Dude,
shit.
they're adding Gogeta to Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Dang. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's getting. Is that like a new game?
I always liked
Dragon Ball Z
Gogeta
Kakarot, is
better
that
than,
new? Or
Vegito.
was that a DLC?
That was the newest one. That was the RPG.
Yeah,
one
but is that a
came out.
DLC for it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy. It's mad late on this one.
That's
But
been a
they're
while.
doing
Oh, they put
Trunks.
Baby in this?
They're doing the
Two.
Trunk story.
Xenoverse 2, bro. They're doing the Trunk story?
Yeah. They're just straight up being like, hey yo, remember that other area that Trunks just came from? He's like, yep, do that whole thing. Just play as Trunks. We get to see future Gohan, the most badass version of Gohan.
I've always
Fortunately.
hated how much they slept on Gohan, bro.
Mystic Gohan is
Go-
still dope, but they just sleep on him all the time.
Gohan is the man.
He's one of the best. He honestly is one of the best. So you gotta give that man respect. And then apparently all the fans, the past fans of Dragon Ball was like, no, we can't have him as the main character. Bring back Goku.
Oh no, Piccolo. No, my boy.
They did Piccolo so dirty. But yeah,
I just want him to become a Namekian god.
that's all anybody ever wanted.
I would love for Piccolo to get up there, like, actually be powerful.
He was the strongest briefly.
For
Remember
a very brief
those good old
period
days?
of time,
Yes.
Piccolo was
Piccolo
the
came
most
out of that
powerful being in
hyperbolic
the
time
entire
chamber and
universe.
was
Yes. I remember.
or not hyperbolic time chamber. What did he do? He fused and shit. And he was like,
yeah, he fused with
Kami.
Kame.
I think he fused with Kami, yeah. And he came out and he dunked on 17 and 18 for a little
He
bit.
did.
He just
And
did
then he
that, and
lost
they
it
were like,
all.
alright.
I can't.
We had enough
And then
of
I'm
God
actually
status
really-
happened and
of
the
all
whole
of these,
roster
the
got
ones
shut
that-
down.
Oh my god, who's calling me? Why am I getting called?
It really be like that sometimes, man. But
It
then they
doesn't
got
for
this
me. I
universe
never
one,
get
which I think is
calls.
covering the rest of the Tournament of Power.
Sorry about that. Um,
You're good.
It's all
yeah.
good.
Of all of these, I think the most surprised one is probably Xenoverse 2. That's
Yeah,
the one that
I
really
just
is
wasn't
like, dang,
expecting
wow,
that
they're actually
either.
making another DLC for Xenoverse? Like, dang, okay.
Still
It's
going
been a
with this
while.
Hmm.
Honestly, I thought they were done with the Kakarot one. Is the one that
Yeah.
surprised me, because I was like, I thought they were done with this game. I thought it was kind of deemed like, all right, we're not gonna get any more money off of this one. In fact, that they skipped over like some things in that game as well. I was like, okay, we're not gonna worry about it. Trunks just shows. They're like, we're doing Trunks' story. Here's Trunks. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that might make me want to get it. And not to like slide Gogeta under the rug, but like people wanted GT Gogeta for a minute. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Dragon Ball Fighters. Also, that man's crazy. I saw what he does. He murders people. Like, he's not fair.
I mean, it's
He
Gogeta,
can
you know?
he can one shot people in that game. Yeah, I feel you, but like Dragon Ball Fighters is a real fighting game.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
mean,
still
Ultra Instinct
one-shotting
Goku
people.
existed and wasn't nerfed for a
That's
little
true.
bit, you know?
He is there, and he is dodging all over. He's finessing over everyone he can. But this is just mean. Like, his damage output is ridiculous. He has like a level system
Oh my
where
god.
like he can do
I
this
forgot how
special taunt.
ridiculous Gogeta looks.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta looks crazy, man.
Is it canon?
No,
Right? It's not canon. Super Saiyan 4 Go like
It's not.
that's not.
It's not. But there was like people really wanted some
Yeah,
of
I
those
mean, dude, it looks
characters,
so
they put
cool.
in- I know they put in Baby already. They put in Baby. They put in Goku, like Baby Goku. I say Baby Kid Goku. From GT specifically, and it sucks because I wanted actual Kid Goku, but it's fine.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have like actual Kid Goku with the tail.
Yeah, he would have had the tail. He just gets the power pole by like default, but then like he gets Nimbus, like he's not flying around. You get to do fun, like just more fun stuff with it. I feel, but they went with Kid Goku from GT and got to. I mean, they sort of kind of mixed the two a little bit, but it's a weird. For me personally, it's a weird little hybrid that no one really asked for because most people would have wanted from GT. Most people would have just wanted Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which appears as a little thing that's like, oh yeah, he's there, and then it's really weird. Kid Goku, GT Kid Goku is like this weird middle ground that a lot of people that like wanted either version of the character are kind of just sitting there being like, I guess I'll take this. I guess. I'm not upset, but it's not exactly
Wait,
what
they
I
added
wanted
Master
either.
Roshi?
Yeah, they added Master Roshi. Master Roshi's dope.
Master
He's
Roshi.
fun. He's weird.
Big man. Large man.
And a Kefla too. That last season has an interesting assortment. A lot of those characters came out and are just doing things, and you're like, oh, okay. You guys kind of saved the best ones for last, I guess. But next up, something I really wasn't expecting. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of the Shredder's Revenge is getting a remake by Tribute, of all places.
Wait, what?
Yep. So, one of their old games, it's the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
wow.
Brother.
getting a full remake by Tribute.
Oh.
That's awesome.
And it looks cool. Like, this is something I can't wait to try to play with you guys. That's what I'm saying. It's like the classic one.
You know, fun fact, in the UK, they weren't allowed to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they implied too much violence. And ninjas were viewed as assassins, and they couldn't have that on television there. So they were called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles instead.
Such
That's
a
awesome.
weird replacement.
I was like, why? Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. It sounds so weird.
It's not the same.
Heroes in the half shell.
But this is a cool one though. I really enjoy it. I think it looks beautiful, and Tribute is probably one of my favorite pixel art studios. Like in a while.
Is there
They do,
like,
like,
oh,
really
there
cool
is.
stuff.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay.
Oh yes, there's absolutely gameplay.
Oh my God! It looks like it moves exactly the same.
Exactly.
Dude, I used to play this. There was
yes.
a I used to get babysat by some friends of ours, and like one of the kids was like a few years older than me, but we would play for like hours, bro. This game was so fun,
They're
man.
super good, bro. Those
I love
games,
side scroller beat 'em ups,
those
man.
games are great.
They tug on my heartstrings. I love side scroller beat 'em ups.
It's
Speaking
just the
of,
fact
we
that it's.
saw a few today that were pretty good. We saw one today that actually looks really good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably bring that one up next time, but I'll mention it now, just for now. Tunchi, right? It was
Tunchi.
Tunchi looked really cool.
Yeah, watched it on the stream
That
today.
one's a one's a co-op roguelike beat 'em up, which is already kind of it's already interesting. It's like it looks really good already. You can't wait for that one to drop. And then there's this one. So we got a lot of beat 'em ups coming out recently. I noticed. It's a revival. We got
Revival
Streets
of
of
beat 'em
Rage
up.
not too long ago.
Dude, Streets of Rage. I have the Xbox Game Pass, and I've been playing the Streets of Rage that they have on there.
Oh, see, we could have been playing. We should be playing this. We should just be.
How
playing
was Streets of Rage?
4. I didn't know you was.
I tried it out because I saw it, and I'm like, I wonder if that's good, and it fucking was.
It's
And I was
very
like,
good.
yes,
It's really good.
yes.
Who have you been playing out of curiosity?
Huh?
Like out of all the characters who you mess around
I've
with?
honestly played with all of them because I played it for like a few hours, and then I played it for like a couple days, and then that's when we kind of got into like Deep Rock, and Valheim and all of that. So I haven't been playing it as much, but
That's fun.
but I'm definitely down to play
Who
it.
do you like the most? Who do you like the most out of everybody?
I mean, my boy, the big boy with the fucking arms. I honestly don't remember their
Yeah,
names.
I had a feeling.
Honestly, don't. I'm really bad with names, but big boy with the arms.
I liked Cherry, the little black girl with the guitar.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like red hair. Yeah,
I
she was
love
fun.
how it looks and how it moves, but it still has like that feel of the old style, like of the really old style beat 'em up style, like really Streets of Rage in general. It just has the very same feeling, but it just looks so pretty.
It looks really cool. Speaking of co-op games, because we got more. It's called It Takes Two. This one's actually the best way to describe this game is honestly it's a DreamWorks movie. It's a DreamWorks movie that's a video game. It's a co-op. That's a really good co-op video game, from what I can tell. It's about these two
Oh man.
divorcees. Like, it's a mom and a dad that are getting divorced essentially, and their kid pretty much goes and casts a spell on them via a magic book.
What the hell?
She's just like, all she wants is them to just kind of work out their problems and be happy. And then they turn into these two little dolls. And essentially they have to work together to get out of this really weird situation that they're in order to, you know, actually become back to
Are
their normal
these
selves.
the people that made Little Big Planet?
They are not. You would think, though, right?
It almost has
With
that.
the way it
Oh, it
looks.
kind of has that aesthetic, but no. What in the heck? Okay.
God, this is a
That's people that
Pixar
made A
movie.
Way Out. It makes sense. And Brothers,
doubt.
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and was just like, yep, that would do it. But that one's a really cool one. That's another really interesting one, actually. It's so... Like, co-op is not an option in this game. Like, you have to play co-op.
You
This is
have
someone
to.
you
There's
have
literally no option.
Yeah, you have to go get somebody else and be like, okay. So it's probably good to play with, like, a significant other, unless you want to hate them, maybe, depending. Or just, like, you and a buddy are just kind of like, all right,
This looks pretty cool, honestly.
let's go through this. They put so much care into what, like, looks like the co-op mechanics are, and it looks really interesting. I know at one point they have, like, magnet powers, and it's like, one gets the South Pole, one gets the North, is the idea. And so you get to mess around with magnetism that way, and it's like, ooh, that's interesting. It's like, because in certain instances you can get repelled or attracted just because of which one you have. It's really
These
cool.
puzzles look really interesting.
And they look like they take more than one by default. You're like, well, you're not figuring this out unless you two work together. It's just not happening. That was a dope one. But you guys finished that one.
Oh,
before
it's
I
a
move on to
mole.
the next one.
God, that actually looks like a really good game.
Like, doesn't it? I know it's pre-orderable on PlayStation right now. You can go get it. But this one looks like it's shaping up to be really nice. It Takes Two is what it's called.
Takes Two.
So if anybody wants to go check that out, that's what it's called. But next up,
Takes Two. Friends play free. Okay, so it's like one person has to buy it.
Yes, that is the
That's
other
pretty
thing
cool.
too. I forgot about that. They can give like, if one person buys it, you can get a second copy for free. It's like they knew.
I mean, it's a game
Which
where you
makes
need it to
sense.
be. Oh, dude, you showed us some gameplay of this.
Yeah.
Oh shit! This is the dragon thing.
So this is really unfortunate that Andre's not here because he mentioned, I think last week or the week before, about where's my dragon game where I get to play a dragon.
A Dragon Rider? Oh my
man.
god, this is a
Well,
this
this is a
is.
game.
Bro, this is like if
Dragons.
Lair came out and
I'm
worked.
so down
you know?
for this. It's not even funny, bro.
It is almost like Ace Combat. It's a versus Ace Combat game
With dragons.
with dragons.
With
that you
dragons.
fly around.
That's awesome.
It looks super cool. Apparently, the beta is also out too. You can there's a beta that you can play right now, and you have to go sign up for it. Like the sign up hasn't closed. It's still a closed beta, but the sign ups are not done. You can still sign
Is
up.
it
for
a PC, PlayStation?
I believe it is PC currently.
Okay.
It is coming to the other consoles, but the beta is PC
I'm
currently.
interested, bro. I love dragons.
And it's Centuries Age of Ashes. It's so unfortunate.
Oh
We were
man,
talking
the
about dragons
flying
last
looks nice too.
And it's like you got like all these traps and mines and stuff like that as you're like shooting and flying and dipping throughout. It looks really fast too.
Yeah.
That was the other thing I saw when I saw it. I was like, this is
Yeah, they nailed the feeling.
You're
I
flying
love the fucking movement. The way you fly.
Oh, they got berserk mode. Oh shit.
In fact, the beta is going on now. Yeah, you can still sign up and get in. It's March 12th to March 21st.
Survival
So-
mode? Oh.
That'd be fun.
Oh, shoot. That looks like a cool game mode.
Does it?
Which one? Survival?
Yeah.
My bad. I'm
3 teams.
spacing in and out.
And, like,
Ooh.
if you die, your teammates have to revive you. It's like survive. It's whoever survives to last. The last standing.
I wonder if they have what I would call an idiot block, like if I'm gonna be able to fly into the water and die or not, you know?
I guarantee you probably are.
Yeah, your dragon. You could definitely just crash land your dragon into the water. I'm pretty sure. It'd be nice.
Fuck!
To do that, though. I'm also pretty confident that so. This game looks interesting, and I can't wait to mess around with it. I want to see what their other dragons are. Gonna
Yeah,
be.
it
It's
showed
what they've
us.
shown
It
so
showed
far
us
is
3
super cool.
dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, it's.
And you can choose your dragon rider too. Like,
Yeah.
their armor and stuff. So I'm wondering if your
Dra-
armor has anything.
Yeah, maybe your
to
dragon
do it?
rider depends on kind of armor. Like each class has like a different armor style.
Mm-hmm. Because you can customize them too, and I'm like, is it just for windscreens, or is there a mode where you're playing as the riders and you have to find your dragon, jump on it, and do stuff? Or like you got to summon your dragon? It'd be really cool to just see how many variants on game modes that they
Oh,
have.
it's currently free to
Can see
play.
it. Mm-hmm. The beta is out.
I'll request for access.
It's not out just yet, but it is on early access.
Sure.
They have the closed beta from, once again, I'll say from March 12th, which was.
Oh, I can just play it now?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, wow.
You can go mess around with it right now.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It's cool, isn't it?
How many gigs is it? That's like 5 gigs. Not even that bad. Alright.
Aaron, I would definitely say it's quite lucky that you're on this podcast for this one. Because one of the things that was announced was this thing called Wild West Dynasty.
What?
And I know how you like cowboys.
Got me some cowboy game. I love cowboy games.
Not my personal favorite genre of stuff, but I get it. Gotta talk about the cowboys. Makes sense.
Brought my
Now,
parents
apparently,
to
this is
this.
the latest entry in the Dynasty series, which I find interesting. Takes you to the
Wait,
Wild
Dynasty Warriors or
No,
like?
no. It's not Dynasty Warriors.
Oh.
It's just apparently there's a Dynasty series. This is just the first time I'm seeing this, but this one takes place in
Bro, this looks like Red Dead 2. Like that's how good and ahead of its time Red Dead 2 is, dude. Like visually, my
So
god.
it's like a building kind of like Wild West. Like you have to make a town, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Okay.
man, this looks cool.
Oh, yeah. These people made Lumberjack Dynasty. It's weird that that's the game that I recognize.
Medieval
it from,
Dynasty.
Lumberjack
But
Dynasty.
I
specifically.
watched some people play that game because I was like, what the hell is this?
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
That one's always a good one.
Make your town in the
That one's
Wild
actually
West. You have to fend off the outlaws. Like saloon
Never
doors that
stop.
open up and squeak only when someone that's new to the town school is there. So,
Now, I will probably mention this just for those that are probably aware or don't know for right now. Right now, the indie game, I believe it's called Indie Dev Direct, specifically,
Yeah.
is happening right now. I'm gonna wait till we get to the end of that before I start mentioning all the games that exist, because this is only day one.
Yeah, we
that
saw
this
like
is being-
well, you watched the whole thing. I saw like 2 or 3 games that they were showing. It was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a ton
A
on here
lot of
that I'm like
stuff.
gonna have to talk about next week. One of them was Tuche that we mentioned
Yeah.
before. Tuche looks really cool.
That looks really. It looks really unique.
For real.
The art
I can't
style
wait
and
to-
like
I
the
actually
actual
can't wait to
setting
play
of
through
it.
that
I'm
one.
like, yes, we're finally getting a setting that's like South America.
It's like, yes, South America,
Let's go.
beat 'em
Let's
up,
go.
and it looks good.
Go.
Yes.
And it's made by a Peruvian studio. So
Yes.
from like
Hmm.
you know, it's pretty cool. It's from. I'm assuming it's gonna have like some sort of like basis in Peruvian mythology.
I would assume so.
I'd assume
It seems
the
like-
name itself, of Tuche, is supposed to be like a mythological creature. So who knows? But it looks pretty interesting. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna go into all of them now, only because of the
there was
fact
a
that it's like,
lot.
I'd rather
There's
see
a
what it ends.
lot too.
I'll mention like 2 or 3 from it though, that I thought was like super interesting. Tuche was one of them, like we just said. Another one I'm gonna mention is Whisker Squadron. I found that one really interesting because it is. So anybody remember Star Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Star Fox roguelike.
Hmm.
The idea is that
Whisker
you
Squadron.
oh yeah, like the on rails shooting with the ship, the like dogfighting combat almost from like Star Fox specifically. Well, not the dogfighting combat. They're just general combat. It's like that, but with the idea that if you die, you start back over, and you're constantly moving from world to world. It looks really good. It's so easily like it's very obviously inspired by Star Fox. The art is the only thing that kind of bothers me because we chose cats, and I get it. Like, I like cats too,
Cats.
Kitty.
but it's just.
Flying
He just
cats
looks a
in
little weird.
space.
But the gameplay cannot be denied to be like, hey yo, do you like Star Fox though? Then like, go play this game. Go play this game. Go put it on your wish list right now. Don't not. And the other
what was the
one,
name of it?
Whisker Squadron. So Whisker Squadron, Tuche are the 2 that I'm naming right now, and
Oh yeah.
Chris Tales, which if you give me a moment, I can find a trailer for Chris Tales right now and put it for you guys. But Chris Tales is cool
Mm.
because this thing has a demo that's out right now. It's just out.
Like 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm not thinking it's got like 8 minutes of gameplay.
But Chris Tales is a time it's a time traveling RPG. It's really cool. Shit.
Bro, how did Elizabeth Olsen grow up to be such a gem, but her sisters look like death? Sorry, I just
every time.
I like looked down at my phone. My cousin sent me
Is this a thing? Have you said it on the last one?
Is that a thing?
my cousin sent me a thing, and it showed the Olsen like twins and her, and I was like, "What happened?
They're just.
She sucked the life out of them or something?" Like,
That's all it is. But
Oh,
Chris
wow.
Tales is
damn, hear that, girls? No, no, I'm
But
just
Chris Tales is cool. It's a time traveling. It's a really cool way of doing time travel in a video game that I haven't seen before. Which is, they have a split screen of the world at any given moment.
Ooh,
The middle is
oh,
present.
that's cool.
The right is future, and the left is past. And at any given moment, you can send like this little frog creature you have with you, either back or forward in time to help you with puzzles in the world. And that applies to combat as well when you're in the RPG. So, for instance, if you're fighting someone with an invulnerable shield, right? If you have someone wet it in the past and fast forward it to the future, it rusts. So now it doesn't work as well. And it's this constant idea of
That's
like
really cool.
using the like abilities of like, your ability to move time back and forth to solve problems in the world. So like you can do the same thing by moving it to the past. And for instance, I know from the demo there's like a puzzle you have to solve where it's like, oh, this woman's out of this specific ingredient that allows for you to. It's like an antidote for like a poison essentially, and she just doesn't have it. So what you do is you go to the past because she. Oh no, it's not that she doesn't have it. It's that they aren't properly labeled, and so the idea is that there's two of them. There's one that is extremely deadly and is the cure. Well, extremely deadly, not the cure. Will kill you. Don't eat it. And the other one is like the actual thing you need to like help. It's like a medicine, and they're like just two. If you're a herbalist, it makes sense. There's just two plants that are just they look almost identical, but it's difficult to tell them apart by at a glance. And it's like because they're not properly labeled, it's like, oh no, that could be really bad if I get the wrong one. So you go to the past and you're like, okay, I can now see what the labels are because they aren't like worn down or they're properly done. And it's not like a quick, like I guess the best way to describe it is like the time traveling mechanic is not like, oh, I went 5 minutes to the future or 5 minutes back. It's like decades in both directions.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's really cool how it plays with it. I would recommend it. It looks really good. So like I said, that time travel mechanic comes into its actual gameplay as well. So it's really cool. And it kind of
it's almost like somebody
that slightly action-based one. You know, like the idea where it's like you have the RPG combat where you have to do perfect blocks and time attacks properly along with your characters in order to make it do more damage and things like that. It has those kind of stuff going on as well. But go ahead, Paul.
I was gonna say it's almost like they saw the what's it, the level in Dishonored 2 where it's like you hop back and forth between time.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they saw that and they were like,
This
damn!
kid's weapon.
Let's
There's
make
one of the kids
this.
that has a staff that's got like a weird whip blade thing at the end that looks super cool.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dope. Another one is that does that is Titanfall 2 with its time travel mechanics. I love that one.
Yeah.
That one's really cool.
One day we'll get
That level-
Titanfall 3. One day.
Apparently,
Yeah.
officially
Titans
they're
are coming to
shipping it out, so
Apex.
They confirmed
yeah.
that they are making it, and I was like,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you. That's all I ever wanted. I just want a Titanfall.
Wait, they're making
I
a
can care
Titanfall
about
3?
it.
Huh?
Oh, so it's not coming.
It's-
Okay,
it's-
because like I
it's
saw like
confirmed
an
that they're
Apex
making one,
Legends.
supposedly.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I saw like an Apex Legends character says like something like warning Titans incoming, and I was like, oh, they're coming to Apex. No, I guess
That'd
that
be
means
so
they're
fucking
like
lit.
saying, hey,
Honestly,
we're
I think
working
about
on.
playing
I
Apex
really
if
don't
there
know
were
why they
Titans in
wouldn't.
it.
Yeah, I don't know why
That'd
they
be
wouldn't.
so
It's in the same
lit.
universe and
Oh,
everything.
that'd be so
I don't
good.
understand why they never threw a
It'd
Titan
probably
in.
be kind of broken, honestly.
It's not even that it has to be a character. You just throw the Titan in one time. It's like, oh, you make a specific game mode, and it's like a Titan has appeared. Go get the Titan.
Whomever gets this Titan will become a god.
A lot of people would be like, it's gonna break the game. It's like, nah, you guys got some pretty busted stuff. You can get around the Titan. That's the idea.
Okay, so I know we talked about this in a previous episode of mine, but I just watched Kenna Bridges' Spirits again. Aaron, have you seen that?
Honestly.
All right, man. Let me share this. I know. Is it okay if I share something?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the guy who show runs. I know you're okay with it.
That's fine. We can talk about it.
Yeah, send it my way. But yeah, no, go check that out. That's a Pixar movie.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
should definitely
this looks like a. Oh,
God, it looks so good. And that's all like real time in the engine. Like,
Kenna Spirit, how British the Spirits looks.
okay,
Awesome.
okay.
Can't wait for that one to come out.
yeah. Dude, you know what we should all do? And this, I know I'm off track here
You're fine.
for the podcast, but we could do a special episode where we watch Cats and we react.
Cat, dude, I don't know. Only
Cats in
only
real
if we
time?
can watch the edited cut where the cats have buttholes. That's the only way I'll watch it.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, let's go. Cause like I'm scrolling through YouTube right now and I just see that and I'm like, oh god, we have to.
Oh man, I
react,
don't
I
want to
think.
have to watch. That'd be a fun episode though. You know what? It'd probably be something we can do just as a video we could throw up on the Patreon or something like that. or whenever we get the YouTube thing running, because that's still up in the air for right now. I managed to get it on iTunes, Spotify. I'm probably gonna get it on Audible and a couple other places. Still can't get it running on YouTube, and that's because I'm having problems getting the video stuff up and running for some reason. I have to try that again, but it pissed me off because I actually got everything good, and then when I went to I should say, got everything ready, and then the moment I went to render out the video, which should be a simple video to render, it is just a set, like it's a wave visualizer, our logo, and that's it. I mean, I guess it's a long audio file, but like it's a video. It should be easy. No, it was not. It something would happen with it every single time. And I'm like, I don't know what to do to get this on YouTube.
This game looks interesting, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll try to get it on to more places for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But let me check something real quick. But for now, I'm gonna say that about does it for the podcast. Unless I can find if we got an email, which I don't think we did, but I didn't check this time, so I will say,
well,
my bad, peoples. If you sent anything, but I'm pretty sure we didn't get anything. Pretty confident.
Well, I have something for you guys then here. It's a little treat. I was going to show it to you guys, or you and Andre, but an Aaron, I don't mind if you see it as well.
Nice.
But don't tell anybody. This is mine. No, I'm kidding. But this song, my cousin sent me this. And this is also part of my week. I should have shared. But he was like, it was on a playlist. I just found it. It's called 3 by Third or something. It's an edit of the song, I think, like Sitting in the Park by, I can't remember. It's some like older group. And some other dude's song mishmashed together, but like with this dude's edits, man, you talk about swell. It's a very good song.
Really nice.
Whether we talk about it on, I'll just wait till he sings, bro. My God.
I'm already liking how it sounds so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this very.
Oh man, it's like.
I don't know how to describe it. I was gonna say like.
Retro,
retro guitar kind of.
Retro Asian, basically, right? It's like, oh God, ow, hit my mic.
I heard the sound. Like, did he fall?
Is he good?
No, I'm good.
I mean, he almost fell on one of them. So.
I brought my hand down and hit it. Oh my God, when he sings though, dude, it's like, ah.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the actual solo part of it. I would throw this on the end of the podcast, but I'm pretty confident we'd probably get flagged for it, so I'm not going to.
Probably, maybe not. But maybe so. But yeah, it, like the way the song, like the guy has like it, like the song it plays, but like cuts, like fades out, fades in, like consistently every like boom, boom, like oh my God, dude, it's just I've not heard something like that. It was beautiful.
It is very soothing. I actually might have to just
take
this and keep it. Might put it on. Is it on anything else, or did you just randomly choose?
It's not on Spotify. It's only on here. We looked. We spent like 3 hours looking at all over the place, and maybe it's on SoundCloud. I can't remember, but like, it's only on here. And so I have the video favorited, and I play it about once a day. It
also,
makes me happy.
The visuals for this is really nice. Like the transitions,
right? It's some.
It's really clean.
It's some old anime. I can't remember the anime's name, but.
And they just had this in the background. It's really dope.
Say, oh man.
This is okay.
Wondering you
will. That is pretty cool. I'll
man.
definitely put that one on the Twitter for people to see. On top of that, but I'm gonna say that about does it for Paper Play Action this week. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna call it on that one. It's a pretty dope song. People go check it out. Go check out wherever you can find it. If it's a SoundCloud guy, please let us know. Find it.
That's so chill.
It's so chill.
That is so chill.
Right? Dude, I could tell. Like, Aaron, did you do your thing today?
Yes, of course I did. What do you mean?
I knew. Oh, of course. We can say it on the podcast, right, Amani?
I wish I knew what the thing was.
But no, we'll clean it up. Aaron's a fan of horticulture. There we go.
So, why are you going so complicated into it? Yes.
You're welcome, bro. But no, like, dude, I knew for a fact when I showed you that song, because of your love of horticulture, that song would hit you, and you'd be like, oh, man. Yeah. And then that silence there, I knew you'd listen to the whole damn thing. I'm so happy.
Yeah, listen to the whole thing.
I'm so happy.
I like this on YouTube. What do you mean?
Feels like that's
Oh,
gonna
man.
stay.
You know it's a good song when it's got 1.1 thousand likes and only 10 dislikes. Like that's how you
For
know.
real.
Right?
How do you dislike this? Like what is there to dislike? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I can
Human
understand you
beings,
not
man.
feeling the
I
music,
don't
but I don't know
understand
if you
them.
would just straight up be like, I hate it, dislike.
That was a pretty good one. I'm gonna send this to Davon. Hold on.
Oh yeah, he'd vibe out with that.
Just Davon would for sure vibe out to this.
Hopefully we'll have him on another time.
Yeah. We should.
We're gonna call him out right now. So next time we decide to have guests, Yvonne, you're on the podcast for listening to this. You're
Swear
on.
to God.
You
I'll
get
drag
you
you
get
on. I'll drag you on here myself if I have to.
exactly. You get no say. You're on. 'Cause you've been called out. When it happens, though.
It's gonna happen.
But like I said, that does it for Paper Play Action, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more things as well. Follow us at paper_action on Twitter, and you can email us your questions or requests at paperplayaction@gmail.com. But that does it for this week. See you guys around.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys. Thanks for being part of this.